On this board, we're talking about how to set up a trust fund. I believe that every single person should have a trust fund. Now, what is a trust fund? A trust fund is a special type of legal entity that holds assets for the benefit of another person, group, or organization. There are many different types, but two main categories: revocable and irrevocable. Now, basically, a trust fund is an estate planning tool in which you give specific instructions regarding how and to whom your assets will be distributed. Now, why is it important to have a trust fund? Well, there are many benefits, but I would say this. One of the main benefits is that it prevents people from fighting over your assets, and it gives you a lot of control over how your assets are managed even long after you're gone. Now, how do you set up a trust fund? Well, I'm going to give you a very brief overview. All right. Number one, you have to clarify your vision, goals, and intentions for your trust fund. Two, choose the type of trust fund you want to establish. Three, determine the terms of your trust. This includes A, choosing a trustee. A trustee is a person who will manage the trust and oversee the distribution of your assets to your beneficiaries. Depending on the type of trust you create, you can choose to name yourself as the trustee. This lets you manage and control trust assets during your lifetime. However, doing this means you'll need to appoint a successor trustee to take over the role after you die or can no longer serve. B, determining distributions. Make a list of all the assets you plan to transfer to the trust and decide which beneficiary should receive each asset. C, setting provisions. Depending on your vision, goals, and intentions for your trust fund, make sure that your trust documents clearly explain how you want your assets to be managed and distributed. D, there are other decisions you'll need to make, and those other decisions depend on the type of trust you create and your state's requirements. Now, number 4, create your trust documents. In many states, this involves signing your trust document in the presence of 2 witnesses who should also sign. And depending on your state's requirements, you may also need to have your trust documents notarized and registered with your county. Number 5, transfer assets into your trust fund. For example, to transfer a house into a trust, you'll need to execute a new deed with the trust listed as the owner. And to transfer ownership of a bank account, you'll need to contact the bank to make that transfer. Side note, all this is for educational purposes only. Please do not consider this to be legal or tax or financial advice, right? This is just for educational purposes. For specific advice, contact me or contact a CPA or your attorney for specific legal or tax or financial advice. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you next time on the next video.